So as we begin the course, Music of World Cultures, there's a few terms that I want to go over with you. Just basic terminology for the course that I want you to know about, and I'll have a list of words in the supplementary material so you can read about it at any time. Okay. So the first thing is we're going to talk about world music. So what exactly is world music? Can be a very broad and general term, and meaning music of the world, of course. And I usually like to talk about world music as music that has ethnic and even cultural associations, unlike classical music, which does not. You can probably look this term up on the internet or in dictionaries or at a library, and you may find a bunch of different explanations or definitions for this. And some of them even say music not having a European tradition, and we can maybe debate that. The next one is Western music, another broad term that you may find quite a few different definitions for this one, and a lot of definitions will say music that has its root in a European tradition, like classical music, something that maybe started in the Middle Ages to present day time, something that can be printed, written down, and it's that's true. So having the origins in Europe usually means it goes down the line of classical music. There are also in Europe. There's a lot of music that is non-classical music, non-Western music. This is sometimes interchangeable with world music. Again, a variety of definitions may exist on this in this term, and we're talking about music that is non-European and doesn't is not classical music. All right, ethnomusicology. That's a pretty long word, and you probably know that the OLOGY means the study of. These are words with Greek origins, and it's defined as the study of anthropology and music, the combined study of anthropology and music. You might find other definitions such as the study of world music for ethnomusicology. Um, and people that are in this academic field of ethnomusicology are called ethnomusicologists. So if you decide that to go in to get a degree or go study music and anthropology and study world music, you'd be known as an ethnomusicologist. The next set of terms has to do with classification of musical instruments, and this is not voices, this is only instruments, and how sound is produced. And there's actually a term for this, and this is known as the Sax Hornbostel system. Okay, this is a system used by ethnomusicologists and even other people that study music that talk about how tone or how sound is produced on an instrument and putting them into different classifications. The first classification is idiophones. These are instruments, musical instruments, on which sound is produced by striking, shaking, scraping with another object or the fingers. For example, hitting a hollow log with a stick. Okay, that would be an example of an idiophone. Aerophones, you might be able to guess this one. These are instruments which produce sound using a vibrating column of air. And one example of this one would be a flute. Membranophones. Membranophones are instruments with a stretched membrane over it, and usually a drum. For example, like a tom-tom would be a membranophone. It's got a stretched, maybe a skin or membrane across the top, and that's kind of struck or played on and vibrates inside the body of the instrument. But the membrane across the top is what it gives it the true classification as a membranophone. And one more, chordophone, and that is any stringed instrument, and that would be an instrument that has stretched strings on which a bow is used or plucked. For example, a harp would be a chordophone. Even a violin would be a chordophone. So remember, these terms will be in the supplementary materials, and during the course of this study, we'll probably have a few more that I'll present to you as time goes on.